I've just painted this simple seascape from a photograph I took from a beach walk this morning. The sky is really dominant in this one. It's really beautiful. It was a lovely cold clear day and nice low horizon. You can see Shoreham Harbour and the power station in the distance, but I'm not going to put too much detail in there. The aim is to keep this simple and loose and to try and get a really nice sky. Start with a sketch using a Kohinoor clutch pencil, 5.6mm lead, and just a simple horizon line, and just roughly place just where the distant features of the harbour are, with a couple of chimneys and just rough buildings, nothing much. Then literally just shaping in a few lines, zigzag lines, just following the contours of the beach, putting in that mid-ground groin or whatever they're called, and then the sweep of the beach. And that's it for a pencil sketch. We don't need much, just a simple guide. Right, using a medium Pro Art Ron Ranson hake brush, I'm just going to put a light and watery wash of raw sienna over the paper, which incidentally is Arches Rough, just a little bit over where the beach is going to go, because that adds a little bit of base tone. Right, a bit more water in the sky. I don't want the raw sienna quite as dark as that, because I'm going to go in with a mixture of ultramarine blue and some cerulean blue? No, Prussian blue, just to get this nice cold sky. Just going to get the blue in while the raw sienna is wet, in the hope that we get a nice diffusion to create some nice clouds. Just push it in with the hake. Add a little bit more water to the hake, not dripping, but just to bring the clouds down so it becomes lighter towards the horizon. You can see that the clouds are starting to diffuse really nicely, actually. Just using a little bit of tissue just to clean off, just gently along the horizon line. Now just adding a little bit of raw sienna to that sky mix, just to green it up a little bit, and some simple dry brushing across the sea, and that's done. Here are my colours, mostly raw sienna, Prussian blue and ultramarine blue at this stage. I squeezed out some light red, but I don't end up using much of it. A little bit of burnt sienna for the beach later. Right, now dry brushing a mixture of almost all of those colours, just to get a very simple beach. I want it a little bit darker, just along a slightly darker line for a little bit of a headland along the horizon line, part way across. But I want to keep this beach really simple, so literally I'm just going to put some strokes of colour along, following the contours of the beach, trying just to suggest through negative painting of the beach where the sea begins and where the sea is lapping up on the shore. Using horizontal strokes like this keeps the beach looking right. Can't think of a better way to explain it. Just put some darks in here and there. Just change the colouring slightly, just add a little bit more colour here and there. Just using ultramarine, various mixtures of ultramarine, burnt sienna, raw sienna, maybe a little bit of light red, just to create these this range of like browns and tans with bluish tones. Just the barest indication of chimneys on the horizon where the Shoreham Harbour is, but I want to keep this really loose, just suggestive. Just going in with the rigger now to try and create the high tide line where the seaweed is washed up. It's quite a difficult position to have my hand in around the camera here. I'm not used to that yet, but I'm doing my best. Just little adjustments here and there, little bits of dark maybe just under some of the where the beach meets the sea. Just little adjustments here and there, just until you feel it looks okay. A little bit more dark, just to show the harbour and the power stations in shadow. We're nearly there now. Let's try and define that line a little bit more. And here's the finished picture. There's the photograph, and compared to that, I think that's quite nice. I think the sky's diffused very well. The clouds look quite realistic. The harbour is nice and loose in the distance, and the simple dry brush sea is reasonably effective. The beach is okay, but overall I'm pleased. Thank you. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I'll certainly be making more at some point. Let me know if you want to see more seascapes or sky paintings, and I'll see what I can do. Thanks very much for watching. As I said, please like and subscribe, and keep an eye out for the next video, which should be coming in a few days. Thank you.